Beginner 101, we're going to talk today about that 1/4 inch seam. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in a close-up view of my machine, and then we're going to stitch out some things, and then we're going to measure them and take a look at it. Okay, I have my 1/4 inch foot on my machine, and this is what mine looks like. It has this little guide on the side, and my needle is still in the center. Some machines look different, act different, so you do have to do a little research on your machine. For me, what I'm going to do is I've got 2 half square triangles we're going to put together. I have put that fabric directly underneath that guide, and so I'm going to stitch this out. For that one, I kept it at that foot guide the entire time. Now I also have a brown one here, and what we're going to do is I don't have the other piece for it. Let me grab another piece. We're going to do what's called a scant 1/4 inch. If you have seen this in your patterns, some pattern writers call for a scant 1/4 inch, and that is basically just shy of a 1/4 inch. And so for me, what I'm going to do is put it right next to the foot guide instead of under the foot guide. And we're going to stitch that one out as well. Okay, I brought you over to my cutting table, and we started with the orange one and we did our true 1/4 inch. And so this is where you may have to fiddle with your machine and figure out where your true 1/4 inch seam is. But when I place my ruler, that 1/4 inch marker is directly over my stitching, and if you look, that fabric is coming directly up to the edge. So that is a perfect 1/4 inch. So for me, perfect 1/4 inch is when I put my edge of my fabric under the guide on my machine. Now we're going to take a look at the brown one where I did a scant 1/4 inch, and I am going to put that line, my 1/4 inch line, right on my seams, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny bit of ruler that's hanging over the fabric. You can see my cutting mat under the ruler instead of the fabric, and that is your scant 1/4 inch because it is just shy of a 1/4 inch. I think I tend to sew with a scant 1/4 inch pretty much all this time. What I will say to you is go with whatever the pattern recommends and be consistent with whatever you do. So if you do a scant 1/4, always do a scant 1/4. If you're doing a full 1/4, always do a full 1/4. That way your quilt is even and all your pieces are coming out the same size. Let me know if you have questions.